I'm hoping my audio doesn't go to the dogs just because of how this is getting recorded, but we'll see. We're gonna find out. Mm, let's get into it. Bad transition, I know. Um, but yeah, so Thought Dumpster number 4 has been finished now, which is like a relief, I guess? I don't know. I always look forward to starting something new, I suppose. Let's get into this. So Thought Dumpster 1, this was sort of like the beginning pages of it. Probably should be standing on the other side, I guess. I don't know which side. I don't know how am I filming this. It's a bit chaotic and hectic. But yeah, so Thought Dumpster 1 started in September, ended it in February of this year. You know, it's less than a year to finish it, which is a surprise. It's good. Um, First spread, of course. I forget his name. I always say that his name is something different every time. I'm like, now it's Steven. Don't know his name. But yeah, and then there's Blue, of course. I thought that they would suit the same environment type thing just because, like, well, sort of like techie inspired type characters, and they sort of share the same type of style, a little version of them. Anyways, if things cut a bit weirdly, by the way, it's because my camera keeps like stopping the recording, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, these were some ideas just for like this sticker here and what I wanted to do for the cover, because if you haven't watched it, it's like synthetic leather, I think, so I wasn't going to like risk trying to paint on it and whatnot for that. And then the blueberry one is for the back of the sketchbook, which is right here. But yeah, so things are going to be sliding, things are going to be moving. But yeah. Oh yeah, and the little blue sticker. Because get it, blueberries. These are thumbnails ideas just for little fun stuff. Eventual maybe stickers, question mark. Uh, at least I got out of bed. Yeah, so that's like one thing that I just go on about life. If I get out of bed every morning, then I am happy. I can't complain. So yeah, that's why this spread is about. It's just like, hey, I could get up and a little blue. Very cute. It's my little avatar. If you've been here for a while, you'll notice that it's undergone a lot of changes, which is pretty crazy to think about. Jeez. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty crazy that there's been like so many changes of like this avatar. I used to have the hood up, now I have the hood down, and then it's just, how are you doing? And I'm just happy to get out of bed. It's not really like this pessimistic view, it's just like the truth, really. Any day that you can get out of bed, just be happy about it, I guess, would be what I'm saying. Just practice spreads, always practicing, I'm pretty sure, reference, no reference, and then also no reference as well. So just playing around with some tombos too, color stuff. I am terrible at color. But Halloween, this was Halloween season, you could tell, September to October. So yeah, just thought we'd draw some spooky characters, some little haunting stuff, and play around with colors and whatnot. More haunting stuff. These are all practice stuff and trying to add more splashes of colors. Sketchbooks are sort of meant to be messy, but also like you do whatever style you want, and I wanted to try to make some what interesting for especially like a sketchbook tour, keep it interesting for you guys as well, and because we're doing more traditional things, it's useful to, you know, spruce it up. But yeah, thumbnailing, this is what I mean by like it doesn't have to be pretty. I do a lot of thumbnails and practice and whatnot in sketchbooks, so not every page is nice. This turns into a digital drawing. This was a hunter character that I don't remember her name because I've named her a long time ago. I think it's like Yuki something, because she's a hunter and there's like different sectors that's inspired by different cultures in real life. Anyways, it's a complicated story. Surprisingly more complicated than Nith's story, but yeah, more haunting things. Halloween, what can I say? This is posted to like Instagram, scary, freaky stuff. More practice, reference drawings, and trying to figure out some different hairstyles. A lot of my OC has just cropped hair, and I need to get out of that. So, yeah. More practice. Thought I'd play a bit with like colors and trying to make spread more like compositional or more appealing in a way. Yeah, I still think sketchbooks should be messy, and I do have like a junk sketchbook, which is actually right here, graphic design wise, because there's a lot of ideas that goes through my head for graphic design, and then I just need to keep track of all of them. So those ones are very messy, and this one does have a lot of messy spreads as well. So don't you worry. Playing with colors and like different elements and stuff for power, just signature practice for some characters, and then this sketchbook itself goes under a lot of like goes and plans out a lot of like myth stuff and things. This all changes as we get into the sketchbook, but yeah, just some like concept ideas for outfits and whatnot, and trying to figure out like what era they are in, because you could tell that this one's more like closer to modern age, or like the maybe 40s ish. That completely changes though. Figure practice and whatnot. I always like doing figure practice, little figure sketches, because they look so good. They always look so good when it's tiny, and then when I make them larger, it's like a hassle for me, and I just suffer. But yeah, so just like little figure sketches. And like I said, it doesn't have to always be appealing, which, you know. Sometimes I feel like there's pages sticking together, but there's not. Okay, so this is Nith, and initially it's supposed to be like a series of cousins, under like the grandfather and stuff like that. So that's why there's like 3 females and then 4 males, and then there's like Nith, Athena, and Ares, and then like this whole thing. There are different anatomies too. So like Athena would be 5'7". Nith is 5'5", and like all these other details. This all changes. But at the time, you know, I was really stuck on having them as cousins. So like Nith would be like Belladonna, Deadly. Athena's also Belladonna and Deadly, because Belladonna is like really pretty. And it's like mistaken as blueberries sometimes, or just like, and it's very sweet type thing. While Ares is just like, she looks threatening but isn't that threatening. Different styles of Nith. Pen strokes does matter, and so does style and medium, clearly, because graphite versus markers and stuff. But yeah, so that does make a difference, surprisingly. No, it's not a surprise, but still, like, it was really fun just to play with the different mediums and different styles. This is like knits, and you can see like we're getting more into like fantasy, regal, or like more royalty looking things, like fantasy, old fashioned type stuff. So yeah, this is like a transition into that. She has cropped hair that's like wavy. These markings are going to get erased. They're no longer applicable. They don't apply to her story anymore. But yeah, just like different outfits and whatnot. This was probably going to be Athena's, one of her wear. Sometimes just doing fabric is hard. Fabric has been hard lately. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It'll be like in the top corner, I think here. But yeah, fabric. Perfect. But yeah, and then little like notes about it. This is just like a pink spread. I just picked, I think, random colors and then did a spread based off like this rose and like try to complement it. Exploration. A lot of exploration happens in life. This was based off a style I found on Pinterest and like all these other things that I find, side eyes and stuff like that. Just having fun. This is more of the former story of the Vonderwells, Athena, and then Cronus, and there's like 2 others. They're all dismissed now. They don't they don't really matter. Not a part of the story. Spoilers. Just another spread practicing portraits. I practice a lot of heads. Yeah, I think that's like the go-to thing that I draw. More outfits. These are all Knit's outfits, the different ones that she would wear. This is like more like a general wear, like if she is going out to battle, I guess would be the words. Formal, if she gets forced to wear a dress. I say forced, she willingly wears dresses, but only like if she has to. fighting or training, and then this is more like formal whenever she needs to dress up and doesn't have to wear a dress. She'll wear something more like this. So yeah, that's always fun. And then one of her key things is like having bishop sleeves. I just think it's really suiting to her. Always long sleeves, never short sleeves because she has a lot of scarring and stuff. And yeah, just a lot. And it's going to be like all black with like little to no details. And those details will also be black and just a change of texture. So it could be like shiny or like glossy, those accents. Just some little drawings. I'm getting sort of an idea. I need to develop the male character more because Aries is sort of like belted out already in the past, but like I need to work on those characters as well. But I'm just having fun. I'm playing with like different styles and whatnot, and a little bit of figure practice. A lot of this, I felt like I was sort of art blocked in a way, and I've been feeling that like a lot for like the past year. I'm just sort of stuck, and then I just obsess over Nith because I think she is one of my favorite characters that has been designed. But yeah, just playing with eyes and stuff. This was like, I picked random colors from my pencil crayons. These were the colors, and like just drawing a little character out of it in different like styles. Kuroki Chayo, she's Kaye, so she's like based off shadows, and is sort of like a demon fighter type thing. She has long hair, and yeah, she usually wears like a bottom half of the Hanya masks, because like her clan is supposed to be like kept under secrets and under wraps, but they have like a pack with like 10 other villages surrounding this very dangerous forest, and they protect the village. And then this is Seto Machi. Modernized hunter, I guess, would be the answer to that. Just some like character designs, fun stuff. Folks out east, because I was talking to some of my friends from the East Coast that I made while I was at school there, and we were talking about like having what they would look like basically. As a joke. I don't mean to stereotype or something, but it was really funny to see them, and they had a good laugh from seeing that. But just some like practice and warm-ups, basically. More practice and warm-ups. I was starting to get into figure drawings and sort of working on that because it needs to be worked on. I need practice. And that's what a sketchbook's for, so yeah. Sometimes even like simply just changing the colors though helps with making the sketchbook a bit interesting. Thumbnail ideas for Nith, just concepting wise and like cool composition final pieces. I guess, I don't know what they're called. Splash art? No, they're not called that. Anyways, and then Little Blue, Ancestry of Blue, just funny little universes that he'd be in. I'd like to imagine. Another just like practice, just loosening up type thing, seeing where things go, and like how important construction lines are, or like sketch lines. Pen does make you more confident into what sketch lines you use, but like, yeah, I need to work on that. Like I said, I need to work on that. Without the guidelines and then with the guidelines, you can see drastic difference. If you think like, hey, Blanket's a really good artist, just remember that she sometimes makes things like this. And it's bad. But yeah, style stuff and things like that. Just having fun. That's okay to have fun. Once again, like practicing style, figure drawings, and just like I was trying to like loosen up. I think I was like facing a little bit of an art block, not sure what style, and feeling sucky about it. And also wanting to try like more cutesy styles like this, just because like sometimes you need to be diverse in what you could draw, and always doing serious things, not always favorable, or like realism and stuff like that. So different styles, just having fun basically. No problem with if you stick with one style, by the way. It's just I like practicing with like trying different styles. Actually, these two characters, like the poses should be switched because Nith would never do that probably, but Athena might. But yeah, these characters unfortunately are mostly gone except for Aries. So it's just like these two, instead of cousins, they're sisters further down in the storyline, and then these guys don't really exist, just because of the storyline. That's all. Figure drawings, love doing them. They're really fun. I just like the really cute, tiny. They look really nice when they're cute and tiny. Just like concept stuff for Nith. I told you a lot of this is going to be like Nith. It's just all Nith. And hand scarrings, just drawing hands, best hand so far, I see. Shading for this one, not bad though. I always use reference photos because they turn out better. I was just practicing with colors, so I wanted to add more colors in the sketchbook, and I used more pencil crayons, and I was like, how the heck do I do, like, complicated things? As you can see, the translucent stuff, it still haunts me to this day. But yeah, just, like, thumbnails, trying to figure out how to do Starburst colors with coloring pencils, and then just, like, practice and figuring out, like, different hairstyles, too, because I do have some characters to design. But yeah, as you can see, try to figure out colors and, like, light sources and whatnot. Having fun. Who are you? That's my question. Don't know. Maybe just a random character. But yeah, I figured it out for graphite. Graphite looks fine. But this one I think was the best go so far of what I've done. But yeah, just like in general, it's tricky. A little thank you spread, because I think we reached like 200 subscribers. Yeah, 200 subscribers, so that was like a little thank you, and then just doing a whole spread too. This is really cute. I liked this. It's like those two together. Don't have bangs actually. I think I just have, I don't know what to describe my haircut right now. It's more like this though. I'm not gonna lie. Messy all the time. But yeah, just having little fun stuff. Oh, I got new pens. It's like these Papermate pens here, and they're pretty good for drawing, they're really good for drawing on black paper or tonal paper. I'm wondering if I could just, these are really nice pens, and I enjoy them. I enjoy them, especially for the future. There we go, refocusing the camera so you guys can see. Christmas. Yes, Christmas came around. Obviously, it comes around every year. Well, we never know what will happen. But yeah, Christmas, I was just getting into the spirit, because I usually do like a Christmas speed painting type thing. And I think I did do one this year, but it's of a totally different character, because usually there's like one character that I do, but then I decided to change it up. And yeah, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do a traditional spread or a digital spread of this. So I was like designing out the character. Very cute. This is the one that we go with. And yeah, I really enjoyed just drawing it in both styles. But yeah, I started like sketching out a spread, because I was like, do I do this traditionally or digitally? We settled for digital, but yeah, so it's an unfinished spread, but that happens sometimes. And it came out with a really good inspiration for the digital art as well. So yeah. Butter chicken. It was supposed to be a pun on words. It was supposed to look like a butter, chicken made out of butter. It didn't work out. Maybe because I used blue and not really colors. But yeah, just having fun. And then revisiting an old character. I say that, there are older characters that we revisit. Just more figure practice and adding more colors. Nothing too interesting. Makeup idea, just more practice. I think I was starting to like get a little bit fed up with art block. But yeah, this is like finding a different a character and then doing it in a different style. So that's what I did here, and just like I need to work on expression drawings. That would be like an ideal situation. But yeah, I wonder if I just zoom you guys in a little bit. Is that better? 1 or 2? 2 or 3? I think that. And then this was also like just taking a reference photo and doing it in a different style as well. Fun. It's good to get out of art block. Just more warm-ups. I'm pretty sure this was a warm-up page for the future. Yeah, warm-up page and then future. Nith, more things. Her story changes a lot though, as I've mentioned. I think at this point we did settle on her and Aries existing, their sisters, and then there's like this whole world building that I've done. Oh my gosh, it's like on my Notion, and it's crazy. Not sponsored, by the way, but yeah, so like, they don't actually use wands in this universe. That's like, it doesn't really work, for how their magic system works, but yeah, just like, I thought there would be potions. There are no potions. Maybe medicine or something. But yeah, just like a lot of things have changed. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I really liked this one and like these two. because it's a lot of her personality, just like stoic, and I like the idea of her like just hair being damp and wet. Just practice. A lot more practice. Oh, and also looking at like the pairing that I've currently had for different stories. Oh, because this was like a song, so there's like the soundtracks and stuff at Instagram, and I like save them and then I pick random ones and then try to do a spread inspired by it. And this is one of the spreads. I think it was like "Let Me Down Slowly" by Alec Benjamin, really good artist, very soft, and like this is Winter, Damien, and they are a pairing of high school kids, but they go through a lot. Man, do I put my characters through a lot. So like, instance, I'm pretty sure he is like an outcast because they think that he tried to murder his best friends, and then she's an outcast because she moved, in the middle of high school, I think. Grade 12? Grade 12, I think. Yeah. And like she has a twin sister who is more outstanding. That's why she's Winter, and then the sister's Summer and stuff like that. Anyways, spoilers, I guess, for that story. I don't think it'll ever come to fruition though, because it sort of is a bit awkward to write high schoolers, especially when you're like 20 something. I think it's a bit hard, especially if you're an atypical high schooler back then, because I know I was. But more thumbnail stuff and sort of belting out. So Nith's story becomes about war prevention, because there's like a lot of tension in the air between kingdoms and whatnot, and trying to gain allies and like all these stuff. But yeah, this was inspired by something I've seen off Pinterest, and then yeah, just like warming up more, and figuring out if they have emblems. This was the crow drawing, which if you've seen, and then I thought this was funny because there was a reference photo that was a weird angle of crow. Yeah, this was, I mean, like, do thumbnails when you have an idea, because then you can use that thumbnail in the future, because this gets turned into a poster and a design, and I'm also working on a cross-stitching for this. But yeah, and like working on symbolism as well, because the Vonderwells is represented by snakes, because that's sort of kind of who they are. Snakes, bad people. Darkness too, and very adaptive as well, and that sort of goes to play with their magic of darkness, which is also very adaptive. And yeah, so like doing the emblems for that, I don't know if they need one per se, because it is just the grandfather and the two sisters that are part of like the Vonderwell family that are like high ranked and whatnot. But yeah, and then crows, who they'd be animals of, she'd be like seen as a crow in actuality. And then he's more like, I guess, a wolf. If you're wondering who I think it's like, what did I name you? Oh, shoot. Nope, that's not who I named you. Rowan? I feel like that could be it. Anyways, yeah. This was for Ricar's art battle, sketching. I'm trying to figure out how do I draw fantasy. Especially like armor and stuff. That's always fun. Figure drawings, lots of sketching. I told you a lot of these are just like practice and like warm-ups and stuff. Oh, this is for figure drawing video, so this is like the first drawing of that, and like we draw more. But yeah, just like sketchbooks are also great places to do studies, especially if you like get in the mindset of they can be messy. Because yeah, just practice helps to really improve what you need to do, and practice well. Use reference photos, break things apart, focus on like arms, then knees, then like certain things, instead of trying to focus on everything at once. Focus on like the torso and like figure out arm groupings and whatnot, and poses and hands. Just had to sneak hands in there. But yeah, and then applying all of what you've learned as well. Ideal. Reference photos very helpful. Applying like side profiles. I start drawing a lot of side profiles, and like these are like ideas for the two sisters. These are called Erebos, is when the snake like eats its tails or are eating tails of other snakes, and it just makes a loop of some sort. So like they would be individual posters, but then you can combine them together, and Aries sort of like embraces how her grandfather takes things and does business and like takeovers and like how dark they are, and she is more like, I am against it and I will just squash the snakes eventually. So yeah, more crow drawings just for fun, just fun stuff. And there's like different elements in Nith's world. There's like fire, water, air, earth slash greenery, and then darkness. And then I'm wondering about light, but light is usually giving life, and is more like a higher power, I guess. While darkness is manifested by the human consciousness, which is why that's an element, and like light isn't quite an element in there. But yeah, just some cool like icons, and trying to figure out like fire icons and different element icons, I guess, for future stuff. But yeah, like sister, you could tell that that would be an airbos like as well, orbos, so orbos. But yeah, this is basically their dynamic where Nith doesn't give a crap and Ares does, and Ares won't hesitate to try and kill her. Practice stuff, thumbnail, which this gets turned into a traditional piece, but it's also a digital piece that's out somewhere. It's a speed painting right now. But yeah, just warm up. It's a lot of warming up, especially before I approach my digital drawings. But yeah, like I said, traditional piece. A bit change of outfits. I feel like they would have changes of outfits. And just like the darkness and getting tormented. Yeah, she goes through a lot. This is the this to that stuff I was like practicing. It's this little thing here that was like a little clay thing I found on Pinterest. And then it like led down to a whole thought process, and it's something that I like to do when I want to break out of art block or when I'm a little bit stuck. But yeah, just like different concepts of it, sort of like a funny little cyber character that would fit in like the blue, and like that very first character here, and then just like a girl hugging like a plushie, and really just loves goldfish orange looking things. Probably tangerines, kumquats. But yeah, this was like another version of like this too. Just like having fun, just trying experimenting stuff, and like another spread of Nith and like different outfits. Her outfits will always change just because she goes from like one kingdom to the next. But she also will also just like, she'll always keep bishop sleeves. That's just her thing. And yeah, just like having experiment with style, I think. That was why that was that. Trying to develop the male character, it's hard to develop male characters for me. Because I don't focus on them. I focus on the female lead. But yeah, just like trying to figure out hairstyle. Warren is his name, by the way, not. His name is Warren, not Rowan. But yeah, Warren has some name significance. I don't remember what it is, but yeah. And then there's also Farron, which is like his brother. Hands, just warm-ups. I'm pretty sure it is just warm-ups. More warm-ups. Oh, this is brainstorming things, because we were like going to do different posters and stuff. And then I thought about doing, I think, what did we even name her? I don't know. She's like this techie person that I've drawn a long time ago on this channel, and I just wanted to revisit her, which I will. I will do that. Poster ideas, because I wanted to incorporate more illustrations into my graphic design and like combine the two together. So these are just all ideas and like what I want to revisit and like to do blue and do a poster and whatnot. So yeah, sketchbooks, messy, not always pretty. This was really funny. There was like this lamp on Pinterest, and I thought it sort of looks like a bird, and I thought it'd be really cute as a bird. So I like did little bird versions of it, and yeah, I really like this one. It's my favorite head of the bird. It's just really cute, and I imagine it's like two-tone and stuff like that. Very fun. And then just like drawing blue. I like drawing blue. He starts to get revived a bit more in the back here. Thumbnail ideas, just more concepting, and then like a thought for a graphic design branding project, just for fun, because I need to bulk up my portfolio. Always bulking up portfolios. These are stamps, linoleum stamps. If you've been around for a little bit, you'll see actually that I've stamped them on this sketchbook, here. But yeah, these are just like some concepts, ideas for them, and then I just cut them out and worked on them. More concept ideas, because Nith is darkness, and darkness has a lot of scary things, and it's all like the human brain conjuring. Yeah, she conjures up monsters. They're based off animals and just like either large forms, small forms, and just like a little bit unsettling in a way, and just like working with different styles and different concepts for her. Warm-ups. That's all. One word, warm-ups. 2 words that are hyphenated? Something like that. But yeah, warm-ups. This is like a little nod to Nith, just holding snakes that bites her. She ain't about the snake biting her, and she wouldn't let them happen, or let that happen, and then just hand practice as well. But yeah, just snakes, detailed work because of the scalings I find. So I didn't go too much into detail. This is like the last project that we do in the sketchbook, just because I was revisiting this to that character, because I was going to do it this to that, but I was like, there's this one that really struck me down in my attempt to defeat it. But yeah, I revisited her. She's supposed to be like elven and elvish, and there's like a whole bunch of like trial stuff that happened, and this is the translucent ramble all over again. But it was hard, it was rough, it was terrible, but I liked how her style cleaned up, and proportions and stuff has also cleaned up. Like the clean up of the neckline in the future, and I also like the idea of it being in a cyberpunk or cybertech character as well. So that was like practicing translucent. Without having to do translucent, it would be fine. I would like the character, but I was like, let's do translucent. Translucent's hard. You guys think gold is hard? I don't think it is. I think translucent is. But yeah. It was rough. It was rough, but I do like how the general like design of the character has improved. And yeah, this is like the style, because I feel like Techie just belongs to like this styling right now, to like that character and like the big boots and stuff. But I had fun. It was fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, this is where we end up the sketchbook, trying to do translucent again. I think just it would be better digital now, doing this. But yeah, translucent's hard. Anyone who can do translucent with pencil crayons, good on you. But yeah, it was just a bit rough. So like the rainbow just hints at translucence and like the holographic look. But yeah, that's a future thing to worry about. You might have bested me like 1.5 times to that reference photo, to that this and that version, but it's okay. Everything's fine. This is all like trial and error and practice. But yeah, so like thank you guys for visiting my sketchbook. I like to revisit, have that little tidbit, like referring to the front. And there's like a character with it, and very yellow. It's a very yellow sketchbook. Some like stickers, labels. But yeah, so like I hope you guys really did enjoy coming through the sketchbook with me. Hellman Mayo IKEA sketchbook Thought Dumpster 4. If you must know, we have actually started the new sketchbook, which is like right here. New sketchbook. It's a different sketchbook. It's not the same. Different company and whatnot, which sucks because it doesn't go underneath like in here as nicely as you can see it. Almost knocked down my camera, but it's okay. It has its pros and cons like everything else. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.